Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dreadbread. Welcome to the Space Monkey Mafia, where pants are the enemy. I know I'm a little bit... Whoa. Forgot to mute my phone. I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but that is alright. I originally wasn't going to cover this because there is no 40k at all. But let's see what there is to it. Just a forewarning, I have zero hype or zero interest in the free armies of Sigmar. There is a way to make an army look hodgepodge but uniform, and I just do not like the aesthetic choices or styles of those miniatures. So I probably will not be hyping them up like, ooh, wow, that's really cool. To me, they're just kind of meh. I also apologize for any background noises you may hear. It is close to the 4th of July. People will be setting off fireworks, things of that nature. That's why I'm trying to stream now before it gets too crazy. Let me just go over here. And then I have to do something weird over here. I have to shrink. This down. Because if I do not shrink this window down, which you cannot see, it will not show the screen. So, pop over here. Hooray, hooray, hooray. We're going to watch this here in a second, but I do realize that in my last stream, I never finished up my story because my ADD brain got in the way, and I wanted to play the game, and I forgot. But what I was talking about was my Leviathan box set did come in. It did get damaged. The company that I had got it from, I'm not going to be shouting them out, because one of the people, I believe it is one of the business owners, they can't take a negative criticism very well, even if it's valid, or negative customer reviews. And I don't want people going after my YouTube channel, my Twitch channel, or anything like that. I've already had people do that. It's not a fun time. But anyway, what happened before I ordered the Leviathan box set was a while back. I had ordered some stuff, and in short, they had gotten part of my order mixed up with items that I did not order. And instead of being that handled within like in a few days, it took over a month. It was just lots of back and forth emails with this company, and they lied about excuse me, they lied about plenty of things through the back and forth. Like, they first told me that they had lost my email, and then they told me they didn't lose my email, and then they told me they sent me a new package with the right stuff, but then they didn't send it to me at all, because the guy then went back and said he lost his email. Then no, it wasn't. They didn't lose my email again. FedEx lost the package and all this other stuff. And in the last short that I said before I jumped into plain sticks was, I said they added a new slimy tactic, and that was because of me. Because what they did is they add a hidden charge that they don't tell you about, and if you just click, make final purchase, they slide it right in there, which is shady, but it's a insurance fee. And what that insurance fee says, and if you read it, says they are not, if your package is damaged and you don't get this insurance fee, they're not liable for any damages that's done to your package, or if it gets lost, or if their fulfillment team, puts the wrong stuff in the order. They're not responsible for wrong orders, which is BS. And this happened shortly after I had gotten my original blunder all fixed. I thought it was just going to be like a one-time deal, but apparently no. Apparently they are being slimy, and this is kind of shocking to me, because I've dealt with this company for a very long time, over 2 years. I always had the good experience with them until lately, and it wasn't until they decided to go jump on the political activism train that they started trying to cater to people that don't want to buy from them, and make all sorts of product for these people, and these people aren't buying their product, and they're trying to make cringy TikTok videos and stuff. They've just let their customer service just go down the shitter. But anyway, that's here nor there. I just wanted to finish up my story, and let's get on to the Warhammer 40k, not Warhammer 40k preview. Hooray! After the stream, I might actually. There's one other stream on here that I might do. I'm not going to do the full stream of it. I just want to show off their cool armies on parade for the Leviathan thing that they did. It's 9 hour stream. I'm not doing the whole 9 hour stream. Maybe sometime. Maybe a subathon or something. I don't know, or a follow-a-thon, because I don't have any subs on here. But anyway, let's get into it. I will have to mute the stream, or not stream, but I will have to turn down the volume on some of the music parts, because I'll get false ID claims from people who don't own the music and from people who do own the music. Sometimes it happens. It happened last time and I had to fight it. GW seems to be very, very picky about who is able to stream their stuff and who's not able to stream their stuff. I don't know what that is, but it is. If I sound a little off today, it's because I'm not feeling too good. The air quality hasn't been too good the last couple of days. I mean, it's gotten better, but excuse me as I cough up my lungs. I'm still kind of short of breath. My chest cavities and my lungs are all kind of tied up. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's get into it.
Not Warhammer 40,000 preview online 2023. I am Eddie, and I'm joined by the wonderful Alex. Alex, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Are you excited to talk about almost all things Warhammer?
Yes, everything except 40k.
Yeah, we've had a very busy time for Warhammer 40,000 in the last few months, as you might have been aware.
Rightly so.
So what we're doing with this preview is we're basically going to look at everything else that's going on. So Warhammer is a huge, great hobby with loads of exciting games and different settings. Warhammer 40,000 has had a lot of attention recently.
It has. So
take the
I
lens
do like they did this move.
We're going to look at the Mortal Realms. Some really exciting stuff coming for fans of Age of Sigmar and a game set in that world. We're going to look at the Age of Darkness. A little bit of Old World as well.
Old World, all right, awesome, pretty cool.
Forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. If you are online, guys, thanks ever so much for tuning in. Had a little bit of technical trouble at the start there, going live a couple of minutes late, but don't worry, we're live now. We've got all the things lined up. Do let us know where you're watching from. If you're tuning in from somewhere around the world, it's always nice to see where you guys are choosing to Warhammer at the moment. And also, let us know what hobby you're up to at the moment while you're watching. Alex, what's your hobby table look like at the moment?
Ooh, it's got a certain very large 40k-ish box on it.
We're not allowed to talk. Not allowed to talk about
indeed.
that.
So I'm currently doing some Soul Blight.
Very nice.
Vampires. What about yourself?
Very cool. So I've also been painting some of the game that we shall not name, but I have also been playing quite.
It's actually not true. I have some 40k stuff that I'm working on, but they've taken a break from it because right now I'm having a hard time trying to think. But these guys are probably going to yip-yap for a bit before they actually get into the previews.
A lot of Warhammer Age of Sigmar recently. Been playing my Cruel Boys, added some new models into those recently.
Very cool.
So I've been really enjoying playing Age of Sigmar and playing Oryx. Maybe see some more Oryx in this preview. Maybe. Who knows? Just have a look at where everyone's tuning in for at the moment. We've got loads of people. I can't even follow the comments. They're zipping past.
Ooh.
Australia. Scotland. A couple of people in Nottingham, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, thanks ever so much for tuning in, guys.
Hooray!
Alex, what are you excited about seeing today? Have you got any things, your IPs or worlds or anything you're particularly hoping?
I want to know if there's going to be any, can't think of it, Horus Heresy stuff. I want more Horus Heresy stuff. I can't speak.
Looking forward to.
Obviously, as we all know, we're seeing Underworld's Warcry, Age of Sigmar, a bit of the Old World, as you said, and a little bit for the Horus Heresy. There's a few things.
I really hope it's not just one or two models.
I'm very excited for.
Yeah, if you guys are on social media, and I assume you probably are because you're sitting there on a Twitch right now, we did put out a little bit of a teaser on our Warhammer Facebook and our Warhammer Twitter about 2 hours ago. So if you've not seen that already, it might be worth just poking your head in, quickly giving it a watch and seeing if you can decipher it. It's pretty subtle. I think it's pretty subtle. But you guys might be able to work out one of the things that might be on its way. But we've got loads of really fun stuff to show you. I think I'm quite excited for some Mortal Realm stuff. So I'm loving Age of Sigmar at the moment. It's a really great game. I like them at Oryx, but I'm also quite excited about Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah,
quite excited. I think that's a really big thing for
I am
Mortal Realms
not.
to finally
Their
see
models
that.
are weird and wonky.
Indeed. We saw some fantastic stuff at Fest, and then
we did.
A couple of little reveals have come out on Warcom since then.
Yeah.
One day I might get to a fest.
Some people have mentioned Skaven. Ooh. Might see a little bit of. Might have some Skaven.
I think we might have given away a little bit of something.
Some teasers. Quite a lot of people excited about seeing some old world stuff. Yeah. That's exciting. There are some silhouettes as well up at the moment on the Warhammer community website of some of the things that you might see. So you might be able to decipher those as well if you know your Warhammer well.
I do not.
Before we get stuck in, we're also joined by Raf, who is putting all of our tech together. So thank you, Raf, for making all that work.
Raphael.
We've got
why not Donatello? He does machines.
Moderating, keeping all you guys in line on the Twitch there as well. So big thanks to both of those guys for helping this run nice and smoothly. Right, I think that's.
Maybe I should have skipped this part.
Introductions aside,
Indeed.
We could probably dive in to our very first preview. So, Raf, take us away.
Super low, because I don't want any stupid copyright claims. When I did this last time, people got mad. Too bad. Okay, we got some Bretonians. Maybe, no, this is free. Don't like that model. That one's neat. Was it a box set? Leading the charge. Tahala something in Perch. I didn't get a chance to read that. Oh, she's on a big ass Chimera. That's a cool model. The Free Cities march out.
This is the Free Cities, the cities of Sigmar, and some glorious new miniatures on the way. So there is a new launch box to tell you about today, and also an incredible new character. So let's have a look at the launch box first.
All right. So the last time they did the horses were, I don't know, something's wonky about the horses. I don't know if it's the paint schemes or the models themselves, but other people have pointed out that as well, that the horses are a bit wonky. I'm not particularly fond of all of these models here. I do like the one with the skull helmet. That's pretty cool. That one just doesn't look good at that angle. This guy looks pretty neat. That guy looks pretty neat. But all of these guys except for maybe that guy, like I don't. There's something just off-putting about them. I don't know. Like they're all a little bit too portly, too plump, most of them, and they should be kind of, if they're just a free army from some of the stories that I've read, they shouldn't be plump. A lot of them should be like skinny and wiry, and some of them even kind of emaciated. But anyway, that's just me. But like I said, there's a way to do models that are supposed to look like they're hodgepodge. They're working with, hand-me-down equipment, and I don't think this range quite nails it. I don't know if it's the color scheme or what, but in my eyes, that's just how I feel. Anyway.
First, some of the models that are in this we've seen before. There's some new things in there as well to talk about. But much like we've seen with some of the other really significant major army releases for Warhammer Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000, the first place you'll be able to get hold of some of these new miniatures and the new battle tome is going to be in this box set. Alex, what can you tell us about this set?
So, as you said, we've seen some of these before. We've seen the Cavaliers at the top, we've seen the Steel Helms down there, and we've had the Marshal and the Relic Envoy that was, I believe, revealed on Warcom.
I believe so, yeah. But a lot of models in this set.
Indeed, and there is a few that we haven't seen before. So you'll notice there in the middle. Oh, no. So
jump already.
Uh-oh.
No, it's all right. Move on. So this is the Free Guild Marshal and the Relic Envoy. Now, you don't get to be, top dog in the Free Guilds.
I like the guy with the gats. I like that. Oh, and I like that. He's got a little friend up there. He's got his little friend Bob. The fantasy servo skull version, I guess.
By kind of sitting behind a desk. So these guys are the best of the best. They get there by merit, because you don't go out into the mortal realms and survive to become a marshal unless you are an exceptional warrior and leader.
Yeah. Really, really lovely, flexible kit as well. So obviously, this is a character that you can make your own.
Yes.
You can kind of decide the storyline for them, and you can choose if they're going to have pistols, if they a helmet, if they got a great sword, shield, great hammer. So lots and lots of options in this kit, which is nice to see.
That's it, and they've got the little Relic Envoy there. So the Relic Envoys are basically some of the best squires. And they come along, as you can see there, with a little head
Sword
in the box.
boy.
Now that tends to be one of the family's ancestors that has a bit of experience, and they've been a series of death rites has been performed on them, so they can communicate via the squire and basically advise the marshal. So if you're in an area you don't know, you can always ask Grandad. Or,
oh, that's creepy. Let's just ask great-great-granddad Bob, as he possesses a squire, to tell you about how back in his day he had to climb up a hill. We didn't have horses back in my day, Jimmy. We had to crawl up the hill using our nose.
Grandad can berate you
in
for
the
doing
snow.
Fair enough. Well, we have seen this model before, though, so let's move on and see what else we've got. So this model is brand new.
Yes.
The Alchemite Warforger.
Yep.
So I think you can gain some things just by kind of having a look at the miniature itself. It's obviously magical in some nature. He's a master of metal. What is this model? What's going on with this character?
Yes, so there's a little mantra, where there is metal, there is power. These specialist wizards, they're basically seconded to the free guilds to use their magic to strengthen the metal in Sigmar's armies. So, they'll make sure your armor is a little bit more resistant, your weapons cut a little bit better, because the mortal realms are full of Aurochs and Stormcast and all things that are bigger and probably stronger than you. So you need all the help you can get. He's got a nice little runic crucible there to help him influence the battlefield. But it's not just sort of helping your own guys that he does. He can turn your enemy's armor to lead so they drop to the floor, or he can make it incredibly brittle so their weapons shatter or melt. He's a very versatile battlefield wizard.
He's got quite a nice kind of battered look to the miniature as well.
That lovely leather apron to protect him.
It looks like a huge, heavy kind of forger's apron, doesn't it? And even like the helmet on him there is quite kind of reminiscent of your kind of Stormcast helmets, but much more kind of unsubtly put together. It's like hammered and smashed together, so you can see the building materials in it almost.
There's almost like a welder's helmet to it.
But very cool, like obviously a big metal cauldron there, but a very interesting take on a metal wizard.
Yes.
Effectively, yeah.
Because we've seen a lot of the Collegiate Arcanum's sort of wizards in the flowing robes.
Very kind of.
So I'm a bit mixed on this model. Like, I do like the apron, I do like the big cauldron thingy. The helmet is a big miss. I don't know. Just like I said, these models really aren't my cup of tea. And he's got the big prong thingy with the hot Rubik's Cube that he can burn people with. Got it.
Old school wizardy.
Yes.
This is a little bit more kind of grounded Mortal Realms wizard sort of thing. Very cool, very cool. So, Free Guild Steel Helms. Now, we've seen a couple of these miniatures before, but this is the full unit. So, for the first time, we get to have a look at your standard bearer / musician character. We've also got another kind of relic envoy character there at the top right. What do we know about the Free Guild Steel Helms? Now we can see the whole unit altogether.
So these guys are the basic infantry of the cities, and so they tend to have come from, say, the common folk, and various preachers and stuff have convinced them to sign up, take the coin Malleus, join the Dawnbringer Crusades, etc. But this unit, because they are regular humans essentially, they need a little bit more to get them going. So we've got the Steel Helm Herald there on the left, and as you can imagine, walking into battle with both a trumpet and a banner, not holding your sword or shield, you've got to be the bravest, most loyal person there.
Or the dumbest, I'm just going to say.
The flags have been essentially triply blessed by the cults in Brogan, as well as the Order Valoris, but they also tend to have an emblem of one of the settlements that has yet to be founded. So it's essentially a promise that this unit will found that settlement. I owe you one city, sort of thing. Yeah. And then
we owe you one city if you don't die.
But the battle priest over on the right-hand side, as any good priest, he can rouse the troops with a great sermon, but he also holds that relic there.
Yep.
Now, we've seen in the past that the skulls of martyrs have become a bit of a diminishing resource, whereas a martyr has many other things. Broken swords, shields, bits of armor, pinky bones, that sort of thing. So the battle priests bring one of them, and they do have a genuine effect, both on the troops and their weapons. So, the faith has been proved right.
Cool. I like that guy at the top right there has got a sort of angry innkeeper vibe.
Yeah.
Imagine like once they start the settlement, he's the guy, dishing out the flagons of ale sort of thing at the new founded settlements bar.
He's also got
a lot of faith in his faith, as it were, not wearing a helmet and.
Is that? No, I'm probably wrong, but from my view, that looks like somebody's doing like the rock symbol. They got their fists up and they're. It's probably not what that is. It's probably something like. I don't know. I don't know much about Age of Sigmar. It's probably some spell rune or something.
Whilst everybody else has swords and shields, he's got a club.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Yeah, lovely little unit there. So here we are. This is the Free Guild Cavaliers. So we're not going to dwell on these for too long, but because we have seen this unit before.
We have seen this unit before. This is my favorite one right here. Second would be that one. That guy's okay. I mean, these three right here are just meh. They're just meh. There are other options for this one, and I think there are other options for these two as well. But I don't like painting unhelmeted faces. But I'm not going to be picking up this set anyway. But that one, if they sold that one, this one you could use like the helmet and some other pieces for some cool conversions. Anyway,
but this is your heavy cavalry, effectively, for the Free Guild, for the cities of Sigmar. One thing worth noting about this kit: it's a very, very flexible kit. You can put it together in loads and loads of different ways. So weapons, heads, horses, iconography is all very, very flexible. So you can get lots of this unit and come out with a very different kit every time, effectively.
Thinking about that, because they said there's different iconography and stuff, I wonder if you could actually use some of the iconography if it would look good on some of the Warhammer 40k or 30k knights, the Imperial Knights, the big stompy robots of doom.
That's it.
Yeah, very cool. Okay. And then inside the Cities of Sigmar launch box, that will also be the first chance to get hold of the new Cities of Sigmar Battle Tome. The cover there you can see is going to be a special edition cover, so it doesn't have art on it. It's got kind of heraldry of some of the cities. Some of the cities' heraldry on there you might have recognized from the current Cities of Sigmar. Some of it's new. A little peek at some of the rules there on the page. If you kind of squint, you might be able to make out some things. But a very rich, very packed battle tome. This one, it's got a lot of units in it, representing the kind of full spectrum of the Cities of Sigmar. Obviously covering all of the units in the box, but also the wider army, which includes all sorts of things, some of which we've yet to see, some of it taking from the existing Age of Sigmar range. One of the things that includes is this new model as well, which is, I think, one of the best models of the whole year. This is a phenomenal.
This is the only model besides the other two Cavaliers, but I really like this model. It's neat.
Monster. Alex, what do we know about it?
So this is Talia Vedra, Lioness of the Parch, given that nickname by her troops. So to a degree, people kind of refer to her as a bit of a queen of Hammerhall, but in reality, she's the first marshal of Hammerhall Aksha, leader of the armies, and again, she's achieved her position through merit, starting off as a mercenary, working her way up, a little stint in some elements of politics involving 4 rather corrupt individuals getting killed, and then straight out back to the battlefield. So she comes with a couple of options, a couple of weapons, as well as a manticore there, Infernodyne.
Oh, it's a
Infernodyne is a very cool name for a manticore. I think when we started out this year, everyone sort of suspected that the lion might be the best model of the year, but I don't think that they everyone realised which lion it was going to be. I think this is an absolutely beautiful kit. This is going to be an awesome treat for painters. If you're sometimes there's a model which is so nice that you just go, it doesn't matter what army that's in, I want that army because that model is just glorious. And I think this is one of those absolutely knockout centerpiece kits that you can just build a whole collection around. It's going to look incredible on a battlefield. She's really good in the game as well. So if you're looking just for a gaming piece, she's probably the most competent mortal human in the realms. I can't think of many others that would kind of come close, really.
And even if they did come close, they'd probably be eaten.
Probably eaten, yeah. The manticore she's riding is very cool. We've seen manticores before. We've seen kind of like chaos incarnations. This is a much more kind of noble beast, so you've got a much kind of more proud, noble, I suppose, realistic-looking lion rather than a kind of chaotic beast. Does still have a massive scorpion tail on it, so it's definitely still a fantastical creature. Very noble kind of eagle pinions coming out the side. Lots of kind of barding and stuff on it as well, so it fits, even though it's a kind of weird...
I like the jeweled cheeseburger weapon right there, too.
Mortal Realms monster, it still fits really nicely into the rest of your army. You can paint it in the palette and colour scheme to match it. Obviously, most usually she's going to be wearing the colours of Hammerhall. She's the kind of general of that force. Should we talk a bit about the options in the kit, Alex? Do you want to tell us what's going on with the weapons?
So she obviously comes with a helmeted and unhelmeted, but she also has essentially 3 weapons. So she's got the sword Parch Tongue, which is an artifact from basically the Flame Wizards, and it can burn anything except for her. It's cool to her touch.
Neat.
She's got the axe Justice that was taken from the bloody Duke Brutar, and then she's got the Hammer of Zeal. So this is formerly a weapon called Warmaker from the corrupt.
This is the cheeseburger hammer of doom. She took from the burger tyrant.
Treasurer Venalius, but whilst it does inspire a lot of people because it's got a bit of a holy element to it, she does have a habit of trying to lose it. However, it always comes back in some form or another.
Like a boomerang.
Yes.
Yeah. So what you might notice as well behind her is some heads inside that kind of weird casket thing. Definitely a recurring theme, isn't it, with the Cities of Sigmar? That
yes.
They have heads in a box that they carry around with them. What are these heads about, Alex?
So these again, they're martyrs' skulls, martyrs' relics. And as we've seen with an awful lot of the range, yes, they carry around bits of former martyrs.
Fair enough. Right, well, an incredible miniatures. We might have a little bit more for the Mortal Realms later on in this preview, but it's now time to take a look at the 31st millennium, and we'll have a look at our next preview.